I'll try harder.
Hello? Hey girl, how we doing? I'm doing good. I just wanted to get on here today because I remember,
The U.S.
I
Park
told you that
Service
I was
ranger
going to
who found Nolan is
slightly
speaking
just take
and
my
Tyler
foot and dip it
Perry,
in
Al
the Nolan
Sharpton and
Wells
Tara Lowndes is offering 1 to 5K
saga.
for info leading to an arrest.
But more is unfolding, and so I kind of wanted to look into two things today. I wanted to look into how he was found because people have released it and they're talking now. They're allowed to talk. That means the autopsy is on the way. And I also wanted to talk about everybody coming together in his name, which makes my heart so proud. So stay tuned. Yes. All right, girl. Bye. Hey, y'all. What's going on, guys? Hey, as y'all heard, yes, I told y'all I wasn't going because every time I turn on the TV, it's Nolan Wells. And I listen, I don't have a problem with people celebrating or remembering, but because of the fact that I'm so sensitive to this issue, it's kind of bothered me how much people are talking about it. So I was like, I'm not, but I did see that when it triggers something within me, I'm gonna talk about it. How about that? Okay, so what I did see is they found him. Well, not only found him, but how they found him. So what I want to do first is go ahead and discuss the fact that the community has really made me proud with how they have come together. Okay, see, that's my thing. The way the community has come together is making my heart swell. It should make you guys' heart swell as well. Like, one of the things that I noticed when I was younger is that my family used to say, we don't never get together, but at funerals, everybody always together and they party. And I'm looking at this as I'm trying to find the positives in things. Okay, and I know that like his mother, everyone else is like, please, and I understand, but we're coming together, and the way that the public is rallying behind his family, putting protective arms around his mom and his father, is making me proud. So let's take a quick look, because two people, Tyler Perry, and there's a football player, have also offered him a reward, because like I told y'all, we want the truth and we're going to get the truth. Okay, so let's take a quick look. It says a 100K reward has been offered by Tyler Perry and Al Sharpton for the truth about Nolan Wells' death after the party. Because we all know the story by now. He was at a party, okay, and he was having fun, and apparently everybody left at 4, according to the people that set their eyes on him, and they said he decided to stay behind a girl. But that same girl called his mama and said, no, that's not how it went down. All right, so let's look at this quick, all right? Because we're not gonna do that. It says here, a 6-figure reward is now being offered for answers in the case of Nolan Wells. And the thing about it, we're dealing with the wealthy community already. These people already have money, okay? Remember now, this lady was a judge, so don't be fooled. But they're trying to get to the bottom of this. This is how serious it is for everybody. The 18-year-old college student who vanished from Mississippi's Horn Island during a 4th of July celebration and was found unalive 2 days later. At Wells' funeral on Monday, July 20th, the Reverend Al Sharpton said he was putting up $50,000 for anyone who comes forward and help to solve the case. Though Sharpton noted he doesn't want to bias any outcome, he said the money is for those who could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened. Tyler Perry also helped to pay to lay him to rest, immediately matched the reward amount. During his eulogy at Centerpoint Church in Ocean Springs, Ms. Sharpton rebutted what he called hateful criticism that he and Ben Crump, the attorney Wells' family, were only interested in the case for money and attention. Like he said, and I'm going to say it for him. First of all, I don't get any money in any of what we do, Sharpton told attendees. Most of the cases that you've seen us do, we help to pay the funerals and all that and never ask for a dime back, even if they got a settlement. The Wells family has also received widespread community support, including more than $700,000 from an online fundraiser. And now the thing that I feel like is very, very important is that, as he stated, they're not getting money. And actually what they're doing is drawing attention to the misuse and abuse of black people within this country. Okay, so let's go on to the football player. So as I stated, the community is really rallying around this family. They're putting their protective arms around them. And Terrell Owens have also joined in on this. He has decided to donate $25,000 for information that would lead to an arrest. So he's also adding in and putting the pressure. This is money, but it's also like to let them know we're not backing down. Whatever the authorities or whoever that are over this, who made the decisions, who to withhold evidence, to speak too soon, to leave the parents' minds questioning about their child, we're standing behind them. So are these people here. He was laid to rest peacefully. The community have donated money for him to be, for the family to be at rest. Now, for any of the people who say that, hey, nothing happened, he was out there having fun, we don't know. However, your brain should take a note that the autopsy is not out and it has been almost 3 weeks. So let's take a look at exactly how he was found. So I listened to this today. I heard the man speaking about it. He was able to speak on his account of what he observed when they saw him, and they saw him from a drone. So let's go ahead and really brief into it. Nolan Wells was found face down and fully clothed on the island where he celebrated the 4th of July. And also he was found near the spot where the boat docked. Also, from what the man said, he's thinking that Nolan, whatever happened, was taking up north in the currents. And then the currents released him back down to the waters. And I have to say this because someone said it. And I was like, the spirits of the ancestors. And I feel that. They are guiding this. And I know y'all are like, oh, like you people in the comments were like, oh, she says she's not going to be judgmental. And then she brings up the devil. Look, I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing. I'm not like real. Yes, I'm a spiritual individual. I am not I believe in punishment. I believe in good and evil. I believe in things that we can't see. Why? Because I've experienced it. All right. Have you had supernatural things happen to you? Drop it in the comments. We can talk about it because I sure have. I can tell y'all how I thought I was going to be locked up for a year and God notified me, now you getting out, and I was. So if you got questions, inbox me. But coming from me is only going to make me look closer at you. So anyway, so this is what they said. Amid the mystery around Nolan's death, after he was discovered from a 4th of July party in Mississippi, one of the men who helped find the teen's body is sharing details of what he saw. Todd Terrell, president of the United Cajuns Navy, he's the president, a nonprofit that assisted in the search for an 18-year-old, told Nancy Grace on Monday that Wells was found face down and fully clothed on Horn Island, not far from the rip currents. His cause of passing remains unclear, pending an official autopsy. He had been celebrating the holiday with friends but never made it home. His body was in the same vicinity of where he possibly drowned, and it was not uncommon for the body to have washed up right there. He was found on July 6th on the northwest end of the island, and he said that area was also plagued by dangerous washing machine current rolls round and round, and it's a pretty bad area. So he's not negating that he could have drowned, but he's saying that the condition that he was found was suspicious. After his body was located, authorities said there was no apparent indication of foul play and that Wells could have been drowned. His family has sharply challenged that, calling it a rush to judgment and invoking the state's fraught racial history. They've pushed for a thorough and transparent investigation. So let's look at the comments and see what the public has to say. This is what I do want to say. He said here, we have to close the gap between when his friends said goodbye to the time he went into the water, because they should be able to pinpoint, and it's weird that they can't. And
Stay
I think
tuned
that's
for the
what
comments.
the issue is, because there were so many people there and no one is willing to say exactly what they saw. So like I said, the autopsy will tell us all. I will pin the comments after so you guys can see what the public is saying about it. But as I said, this is Baby Girl 411. My next one, I will wait till the autopsy come out, okay?